Human beings are often referred to as social creatures. From birth, we are taught that human connection is the foundation of life, that our interactions with others are a source of happiness and fulfillment. Society builds its frameworks around the idea that happiness is best found in the presence of others. But if we're honest with ourselves, there are moments when being around people feels like our soul is being drained through an invisible siphon. It's not just specific individuals we feel discomfort around. It's sometimes everyone. We might even hear people express a deep-seated disdain, not just for certain people, but for humanity in general. Maybe you're not someone who openly harbors misanthropic thoughts, but you've likely experienced fatigue, frustration, or even a profound sense of disappointment when facing the invisible pressures of society. These are the pressures to perform, to smile, to engage in superficial conversations, to play roles, even when every part of you is longing for solitude, for quiet, for authenticity. Stoic philosophy offers timeless wisdom that doesn't dismiss these feelings as fleeting moments or weaknesses. Instead, Stoicism identifies 5 meaningful reasons why you might feel an aversion to being around others. Understanding these reasons not only allows us to make sense of our emotions, but also helps us recognize that personal space is a valuable and necessary part of a balanced life. Reason number 1, trust issues. Trust is delicate, like a fragile vessel. Once broken, it may be repaired, but it will never return to its original form. This metaphor resonates deeply with anyone who has experienced the pain of betrayal. In Stoic philosophy, trust is seen as both a precious gift and a calculated risk. Marcus Aurelius, one of the most renowned Stoic thinkers, said, "If someone is able to show me that what I think or do is not right, I will happily change, for I seek the truth by which no one was ever truly harmed." His words remind us that trust, like truth, must be clear, resilient, and carefully maintained. Trust binds people together. It is the invisible thread connecting us, yet its strength is fragile. One small mistake can unravel what was once a strong relationship. Many individuals who experience betrayal find that this becomes a pivotal turning point, a bitter lesson that fundamentally changes how they view human nature. Stoic philosophy teaches us that while external events, such as betrayal, are beyond our control, our response to these events is entirely within our power. The real challenge lies in navigating the emotions that arise after betrayal: fear, anger, insecurity, which cloud our reasoning and perceptions. The pain of betrayal is not only in the act itself, but in the lingering doubts it creates. Someone who once believed in the goodness of others may begin to question every word, every action, and every smile. For instance, a close friendship might have seemed like a sanctuary, a place to share fears and secrets without judgment. But if one person betrays that trust, the entire relationship can be shattered, and the betrayal will leave lasting scars. This loss of trust often extends beyond the betrayal itself. The individual may start to question their ability to judge people, asking, "Why didn't I see this coming? And am I incapable of discerning who is good and who is bad?" This internal struggle can paralyze someone, causing them to withdraw from future relationships. It is not apathy, but fear of further hurt that compels such withdrawal. From a Stoic perspective, this avoidance might seem like an effort to control external factors, but in reality, it stems from an inability to manage our inner emotional responses. As Epictetus famously said, "Men are disturbed not by things, but by the views which they take of them." Stoic philosophy teaches us that peace comes not from controlling external events, but from mastering our inner reactions to them. To regain balance, we must look inward and confront our fears and doubts. Even those with trust issues crave deep connections, built on respect and authenticity. However, these desires are often restrained by a deep-rooted fear of being hurt again. Stoicism encourages us to face this fear with courage, urging us to recognize that vulnerability is not a weakness, but a testament to our humanity. Restoring trust is a challenging but necessary process, requiring patience, self-reflection, and the willingness to open ourselves, even in small ways, to others. Reason number 2, fear of judgment. The fear of judgment is another powerful reason why we might avoid being around people. Society places high expectations on how we should behave, how we should look, and how we should think. These expectations often make us feel like we are being scrutinized by an invisible jury. Whether it's the pressure to fit in, to conform, or to perform a role that others expect, the fear of judgment can be paralyzing. Stoicism advocates for focusing on our own values and internal judgment rather than external validation. By focusing on what is within our control, our own thoughts, actions, and perceptions, we can diminish the fear of judgment and embrace true self-expression. This shift is empowering, as it allows us to move beyond the prison of societal expectations and create connections based on mutual understanding and respect, rather than the fear of judgment. Reason number 3, the exhaustion of social performance. Social interactions often require a kind of performance. We must present ourselves in a way that meets societal standards. To smile, to make small talk, to maintain the illusion of being interested and engaged, even when we may not feel like it. This constant performance can be mentally and emotionally draining. The Stoics argue that external circumstances should not dictate our inner peace. But in a society where there is constant pressure to perform and conform, the line between our true selves and the roles we play becomes blurred. For instance, we might attend a social event simply because we should, or engage in conversation because it is expected, not because we genuinely want to. Over time, this exhausting cycle erodes our sense of self and our emotional energy. In Stoic terms, the need for social performance becomes a form of slavery to external expectations. Instead of focusing on external validation and the pressure to perform, Stoicism encourages us to focus on our internal virtues, wisdom, courage, and justice. By practicing these virtues, we can engage with others authentically, without feeling the need to wear a mask or live up to unrealistic standards. This approach leads to more genuine and fulfilling interactions, where the connection is not based on performance, but on shared values and understanding. Reason number 4, superficiality of modern interactions. In today's world, many interactions feel superficial, with conversations rarely delving into deeper subjects. Whether it's at work, in social gatherings, or even with friends, the dialogue often revolves around surface-level topics, weather, casual updates, or other trivial matters, leaving our minds craving something more meaningful. Stoicism teaches that we should seek deeper connections and conversations that align with our inner values. The shallow nature of modern interactions can feel draining, as it doesn't nourish the soul. Marcus Aurelius emphasizes the importance of meaningful dialogue, suggesting that we should engage with others in a way that fosters mutual growth and understanding, rather than merely filling the silence with idle chatter. When faced with a constant stream of shallow interactions, we may begin to withdraw, not because we dislike people, but because we crave something deeper. Stoicism encourages us to find those who share our values, people who are interested in meaningful conversation and mutual reflection. By surrounding ourselves with those who understand and appreciate the importance of depth in relationships, we can begin to nurture the kind of connections that nourish the soul. Reason number 5, the burden of societal expectations. Lastly, societal expectations can weigh heavily on us, from the pressure to succeed to the unspoken rules about how we should look or behave. these expectations can create a sense of oppression. We are often made to feel that we must live up to these standards, or risk being judged, ostracized, or ignored. Stoicism offers a liberating perspective on societal expectations. It teaches that while we cannot control the opinions of others or the standards they set, we can control how we respond to them. By focusing on our own values and not letting societal pressure dictate our actions, we regain a sense of freedom. We learn to navigate society on our terms, cultivating resilience and authenticity in the face of external pressures. Conclusion: finding balance. In conclusion, Stoic philosophy teaches us that our discomfort with social interactions often stems from deeper internal struggles. Whether it's trust issues, fear of judgment, exhaustion from performance, the superficiality of modern connections, or the burden of societal expectations, each of these factors contributes to our desire to withdraw from others. By embracing Stoic principles, we can learn to confront these challenges not through avoidance, but through understanding and mastery of our